The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Go Cowboys! This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, and Newy Scruggs.
Victory Monday.
Yes, sir.
Starting a little earlier, 2.5 hours earlier than normal. Players Lounge, right here on DallasCowboys.com. Brought to you by Hotels.
5 in a row.
Five
victory.
5 victory. I ain't seen this since 2016.
Yeah.
5
well,
in a
victory
row.
Tuesday, but yeah, 5 victory after
the
parties.
games,
We good.
we good.
Yes. Barry Church.
Yes, sir.
Former Cowboys safety. Danny McCray, the ultimate survivor, former Dallas Cowboys safety. I'm Newy Scruggs. Players Lounge is about these two guys and their perspective as players as we talk about things of the Dallas Cowboys and the National Football League. A 35-29 overtime win. You and I thought the Cowboys would win by 7. They won by 6. You thought it would be more of a blowout.
Should have been.
And
I mean, I got you. No, you good.
If was a fifth, man. You know what they say.
I didn't say if. I just said should.
But we all won.
Yeah, we won.
We all won.
As Newy says, anytime he loses,
we all won.
we all won.
yes, they beat the spread.
We good.
All right.
We good.
Yeah, we going to Vegas. We cashing our tickets. Show me the money. If we did that, but look, it reminds me. I've been watching the Muhammad Ali documentary on PBS by Ken Burns. If you have not seen it, it's tremendous. Angelo Dundee was Ali's trainer. Angelo Dundee. I mean, the best fighters went to Angelo, and I remember when he was training Sugar Ray Leonard, and Sugar Ray Leonard's in a fight, and Sugar Ray's just not doing what he needs to do. Mm-hmm. You know, the better fighter in the ring, he's just not getting it done. And he looks at me and says, "You're blowing it, kid. You're blowing it." And I'm sitting there watching the Cowboys shoot themselves in the foot time after time, and I'm thinking, where's Angelo Dundee to come tell the Cowboys right now, you're blowing it. You're blowing it. Because the thing we spoke about on the Players Lounge last week was happening of, you're going to have to beat them, and they'll let you beat yourself. And the Cowboys were doing that in this football game.
Without a doubt.
But they won. Like a great boxer who doesn't come to the ring with his best. And you guys have played the game. You don't play 16, now 17 perfect Sundays.
No, it's not going to happen.
But you left the stadium with a win. And I always remember one time when the Cowboys had a bad winner to Wade Phillips, he said, "We're not going to apologize for winning."
Without a doubt, you can't do that. I mean, and you go out there and it just goes to show you how much this team has changed. The culture, the moxie of this team. Because before, 12 penalties for 115 yards.
Say that again.
The culture and the moxie of this team has changed.
The mojo.
From last year.
The mojo.
Yes, the mojo moments that we clowned upon seem to have come to light a little bit here. I mean, look, they had 12 penalties for 115 yards. 2 turnovers in the first half. This would have killed the Cowboys last year. But they just like a boxer, just like you said. They get hit, they counterpunch. They get hit again, they counterpunch again. And Dak Prescott, who started off a little slowly, all right? I mean, he wasn't putting the ball where he needed to be at. A couple of those things in the past kind of bit him in the butt early. You know, that early interception in the red zone, he kind of forced it in there to Ced Wilson, popped it up, safety got an interception. And then we go to the goal line on the 1-inch line, which he should have scored on, third down. But I ain't going to say nothing. That was a touchdown. But we go to that play, and we've seen it happen time and time again with Prescott. He leaps over, reaches, gets the touchdown. This time, it bit him in the butt a little bit. My man had a perfect jab, popped it out, ball's on the ground, New England's ball. But you sit there and you think, it's just not our day. We block a punt, we can't score off of block points. It's over with. We ain't going there. We ain't getting the calls going our way. This is New England. What can we do? All we did is to come out in the second half. Defense stepped it up. After the halftime, the 4 drives that the Patriots had, they only amassed 39 yards after that. And until, we got later into the game, they started doing a little bit more. But that gave us a chance to fight back and battle. And even though our run game wasn't crazy, it wasn't, off the chains, it did enough to keep that New England defense honest. And Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, the playmakers they had out there, they just started going to work. And I'm starting to be on Danny's side on this one. CeeDee Lamb, he's starting to take that crust up there. He's starting to be that number 1 guy. And I know, Cooper was hampered a little bit, but that's the hard thing about our offense. How do you plan began to attack them defensively. Like Cooper's down a little bit. Our running game's not as stout as it could be. CeeDee Lamb's balling out. You got Noah Brown catching passes, taking it the distance.
Your boy Schultz,
my boy Schultz's out there.
He won some one-on-one.
Man, he did. He won a lot of his one-on-ones. He was a chain mover out there. I mean, you got Sed Wilson, who's just making immaculate catch after immaculate catch. 4th and 4, and you go to your maybe 4th option at receiver, and he makes one of the best catches of the game. Over the top, twirling, catches it 2 feet inbounds, keeps the chains moving. This, to me, was the most impressive victory so far this season from the Dallas Cowboys, because it just showed how much fight they had, and no matter how bad they're getting beat down or how many mistakes they made offensively, they were still able to overcome that and get the W. And like you said, I mean, you're not going to apologize for winning. This was an ugly win, but they won the game. They showed you they can win in different fashions.
Listen. I'm going to keep it positive, okay? I know we all feel really good about the ugly win, okay?
You got to.
But some of the mistakes that we made in this game, I was watching it, and it just took me back to Atlanta last year, where we came through and we won. Sometime the coin flick, it went to our side, right? We just got lucky to some instance where it was like, all right, today is our day, right? Because no matter how many things go bad, we can find out some things to make way to make some things go right, right? And the onside kick with Atlanta last year was one of those opportunities for us to make a play, and we did, and then we come back and we win the game, all right?
No doubt.
But other than that, the game was sloppy.
Very sloppy.
Talking about turnovers, you talk about some of the clock management stuff that was going on that has been consistent over the last 3 weeks. We got out of there, and yes, resilience is a thing, right? But there's Arizona coming up, right? And we have to play Arizona, all right?
We do.
Minnesota is starting to roll. All right, Kirk Cousins, and they got Justin Jefferson, Thielen, and Cook out there.
Cook came back rolling.
So I think that it's great that we won, and I'm really, really happy that we did. Kellen Moore still in his bag.
He's still in there.
Right? Dan Quinn still in his bag. We got to tighten up some of our run fits, but when it really came time for us to make some plays and change the game and set the tempo, we did. And mostly it was Trayvon Diggs this time. It was not Michael Parsons. Trayvon Diggs, big hits on the sideline, interception for 6. Now, he did give up the touchdown, but it was still a momentum thing with him. But going into the bye week – I hope that we go back and this is not one of those games where we throw the film away. Hey, man, it was going into a bye week. We're on a winning streak, and we just got to win an ugly game. Go back and watch this film, right? And say, hey, when we play because no matter what, the Patriots were a 2-3 team. All right?
They weren't special.
When we play some of those teams with the winning records and those teams that are on the roll and can finish some of those drives, we're going to have some issues if we don't go back and watch and say these are some of the things we need to clean up.
Go ahead.
But it was great.
It was fun.
I mean, that was the first 5 minutes of the game and the last 5 minutes of the game. Absolutely one of the best TV shows I've ever seen in my entire life.
Heart was bumping, man.
And yes, CeeDee Lamb.
Yes.
And this is no dig. I want to say this out loud. No dig at Amari Cooper. But we saw this last year when it was 4th and whatever, and CeeDee Lamb is the one running the over route, and he ended up dropping it that time. And you see it again this year when you have those gotta have it situations. It's CeeDee Lamb who's making a play. And he turns a 20-yard play into a touchdown in overtime to win the game.
Goodbye.
I'm just saying that the guy is emerging as our top guy. And, debate me if you want to, but you watched the game yesterday, and he was the guy.
Yeah, and defensively, like you said, we got to get into the lab. We got to get into the film room, because in that second half, the Patriots found a little something. They found that run game. Stevenson and Harris, they were getting about 5 yards a pop without even getting touched. I mean, that's what brought them back into the game. I thought the Patriots were dead in the water. I was like, you know what? Their offense has gotten stagnant. They've had 4 drives with a total of 39 yards in the second half so far. This game is a wrap. I thought it was going to be that Carolina game where, the second half we just exploded as an offense. But that defense, they found a couple cracks in there. They were running the ball well in the second half, and it almost got them the victory. So we definitely got to get in the lab defensively and go over those run fits. I'm sure we'll break down this Diggs when he got beat on a double move and all those type of things, and the angles that the safeties are working. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the show, but to me, that was a little bit concerning how they were able to run that ball, because they got away from it. Because the first half, when they went down the field and scored those touchdowns, they were running the ball great on this defense.
Oh, yeah, after we failed that fourth down, it was like, oh man, is this the Rams game?
And exactly, but they went away from it, which I don't understand. Why wouldn't you keep your foot on the gas pedal? But they went away from it. They came back in the fourth quarter and they found it again. So to me, we got to make sure we button that up a little bit, because that can be, going against a better team, Cook, and a team that's more situated for the run. It could be difficult for our defense.
Going back to CeeDee Lamb, a career high 9 receptions for 149 yards, 2 touchdowns, including the game winner for 35-yard touchdown.
She's on my fantasy.
And what I ended up just based off what you're saying right now, okay, the CeeDee Lamb's the number 1 receiver.
No, emerging is. I don't want to get a shot. Okay, they be on Twitter now saying that I said some stuff I didn't say. I didn't say that.
Twitter, okay.
Yes, I'm just
social
saying,
media was pretty much proclaiming him as that guy.
They've been tagging these players. Okay, so I just want to make sure that I'm clear. They've been
make sure you
tagging me with the players.
You don't want no smoking, Tim.
And for me, just my perspective is this: you really have 2 ones.
Yeah.
And you've got Cooper, who was taken top 5 in his draft, and you've got CeeDee Lamb, who was a first-round pick. This is what you've got, 2 great weapons here. And depending on how a defense wants to play it, some days it's going to be you. Mm-hmm. Other days it's going to be you. But man, what great weapons that you have at the arsenal. And let's also take into effect, Cooper not 100%. He's still out here balling, giving you what he has, but he's not 100%.
Nah.
That Tampa Bay game, before he ended up getting hurt, we saw what he could do out there. He's balling. So the Cowboys have 2 excellent options that not a whole lot of people in this league outside of Tampa Bay have. Yes. And yesterday it was CeeDee's opportunity and his turn, and he continues to get better, which is what the hope of what you want to see. Yeah. And as Bill Belichick was trying to take people away, the Cowboys, okay, fine, you want to do that? We'll go here. We'll go there. What an excellent job by Dak Prescott to involve so many people. But he was absolutely outstanding. How about this number here from a stat? 567 yards of offense were the most yards that Bill Belichick has allowed as a head coach in his 27-year career.
I told my man Church. Church was like, hey, man, I don't know that boy Bill.
He did have something for the run, though. I did say that he was going to have something for the run. He did have something for the run.
You want to say it.
But it was like a pick your poison, though. It was a pick your poison, though.
This is good. I wanted to bring this out on the podcast because, there are going to be some people who want to poo-poo this. So I said, all right, let me go back and look at what happened with Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, 5-1 team, the only team that beat the Cowboys, beat on a last-second field goal. When it came to first downs, Tampa had 22 against New England. Cowboys had 32. Came to total yards, Tampa, 381 total yards. The Cowboys had 567. Now, Tampa played in the rain.
I'm about to say.
They played in the rain. But start looking at just how things would go. Tampa, 261 passing, Cowboys 445. Third downs, Tampa was better than the Cowboys, 9 of 19. Cowboys 3 of 13. When it came to rushing, Tampa 120, Cowboys 122. Both had 2 turnovers, time of possession. New England, Tampa had 33-55 against New England. The Cowboys with overtime had 39-17.
So we still had 122 rushing.
Yes. So
it was combined. It was combined.
So why?
Definitely combined. They weren't just chipping on it. It was combined. 31 rushes too.
So while Tampa is the Super Bowl champion, people just put them in this category. The Cowboys are doing some stuff.
Without a doubt.
The Cowboys are doing some things here.
Without a doubt.
And I just sometimes feel, especially from a national standpoint, you have 2 things. Either people want to heap a whole bunch of praise on the Cowboys.
Oh, yeah.
Or there are people who just want to just the naysayers want to find everything negative and just kind of matching up New England made life tough on Tampa. They made life tough on Dallas a little bit. Dallas shot themselves in the foot a lot more than anything.
Should have been
a lot more than anything.
That should have been a blowout. That game should have been a blowout. But you're right about that. Even though Tampa was playing in a torrential downpour, it was pouring out there, so the offensive numbers ain't gonna be as high. I still feel as though this Cowboys team as a whole, if we were matched up against Tampa Bay, next week, I feel like we'd give it to the Buccaneers. I feel like Dallas right now is the better team, and that just goes to show you how deep this team is. Look, Tyron Smith goes out. We're like, I know I was the first one.
When he came back, I knew he was going to win.
I was like, he's coming back. He's a fighter.
And he came running. He came running out of it. He was running.
And I would say this: those are that's an injury that you cannot avoid. That's not the neck injury.
Nah, he got rolled up on.
He got rolled up on.
You can't avoid
so that's
those.
not one of those ones where it's like, man, this dude always injured. You know what I'm saying? Pulling a hamstring or whatever. You clearly see the dude. Was it Tony Pollard?
It was Pollard rolled up on his
roll up on the back of his ankle. He goes out. He comes back in. And at that point, I'm like, Yes, because you knew it was going to get a little rough.
It was.
Right?
Well, it was getting rough. Belichick was sitting in the house.
But
I will say this, man. Naseki came in there, and it ain't like he was just out there getting beat like a drum.
No, not like a drum. Yeah, it was about to get.
It got rough, but he was, for a couple times he held his own there.
They started dialing.
It wasn't, it wasn't as bad as before when it was like, oh, Tyron Smith is out. All hell's gonna break loose. He held his own for a little bit, then he started to get a little much.
I'm glad he got up out of there.
Here comes Ty Smith to the hip. I got you.
No, literally, it's like a baseball, in a baseball game. All right, thanks for them 2 innings, Ty. We good. We got to go sit down now.
Sit down a little bit.
Yeah, I was excited when I saw that man back in the game. I was like, yes, here we go, because we knew at that point we were going to have to make some more plays in order to win the game. I'm like, I don't know, with the guys that we got in there, right? We got 2 backup tackles in the game, right? And no matter how good Steele is doing, you bring another one in. Like you said, Bill Belichick saw him run into the locker room, and what'd he say? He pulled out the full blitz sheet. He pulled out the whole. It had all blitzes. He filtered in Excel, filtered blitzes, and then he just ran them all. And you start seeing, oh man,
here we go.
We got to figure out a way to get the ball out of our hands quick. Now we got to run it, misdirection. Then Tyree came back in, and you saw Dak Prescott go back to work, and he was cooking.
But what Belichick should have done is he should have kept going up the middle, because Connor Williams, Connor Williams and Biotis, they got to put more bricks in their pocket, man.
We've been talking about
this.
They
was getting pushed back. I'm talking about guy was in his face. All those dudes was in their face getting pushed back. He almost cost him the game with that. He had 2 holding penalties
in the same drive.
In the same.
So listen, you can think about it.
He was getting his butt worked out.
You got Vita Vea, who we talked about, came through. You got Hargraves that we talked about came through. We've been talking about this same part of the offensive line since the beginning of the season.
Is it center right guard or center left guard? Which one? Left guard. So center left guard. They got that right there. That combo.
Yeah, it's a glaring weakness.
A big time.
It's a glaring weakness.
Time. Right. In half of the time they're coming right in Dak Prescott's lap.
Well, you're not going to replace the center.
No. I mean, you can't do that.
So your choice is: do you want to put Connor McGovern at left guard? You've got a bye week now to do it. I mean, that's the only thing.
This bye week is timed perfectly.
And the referees called some stuff. So I mean, you're looking at Connor, but these
the last one, the one.
Some of the stuff that the refs called, and hey man, and Brad Allen was the chief ref. And he was getting tore up onto it. I went to school with Brad.
Hey man, listen.
I went to school with Brad.
It happened both ways.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, because I'm still going back to the Chargers game where they call him in the grasp and not going forwards. You know what I'm saying? So
and even
we get some calls.
And even in that New England game, that J.C. Jackson pass interference was not. Come on, man, my dude ain't even. He just had good coverage. It was just like, hold on, man, what's going on with these refs now?
Like I said, I felt, man, that's my man, Brad. He used to live at Jacobs Hall with me, and I'm like.
And he was the main official, right?
Yeah, he was the main.
See, that's the thing with the main official. They get all the punishment. Yeah. They might not be throwing the flags, but they got to go out there and say what it is. Yeah, you're gonna get that main punishment.
Yeah. It was some stuff called both ways out there. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, it was called on this show. It was called on this show.
You hate to see it.
It was disputed by someone on Thursday night. Let's dive into that.
Try to tell.
The gift and the curse of the life of a defensive back. We'll do that right here on the Players Lounge, brought to you by Hotels.com on DallasCowboys.com radio.
Honey, big news.
Gary, are you okay?
Oh, I'm not Gary anymore. I'm Jackie Flash.
What?
See, I want the latest smartphone, but the best deals are only for new customers. So to get a new customer deal, I changed my name to Jackie Flash.
Okay, but the best smartphone deals at AT&T are for everyone, new and existing customers.
That's huge. Then guess who's getting a deal?
Is it Jackie Flash?
Jackie Flash.
It's not complicated. At AT&T, our best smartphone deals are for everyone. Restrictions apply. Visit att.com for details.
The Cowboys way, where 16 Hall of Famers and 5 championships shows us what success looks like. Where turkey is always the second best part of Thanksgiving Day. Where we are all defined by one single thing, the star. Where we as fans know it's our job to keep the tradition going. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys and to support the quest of living life the Cowboys way.
Copyright 2020, Bank of America Corporation.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, yo quiero guacamole.
It's game day. You know what that means. First, kebab prep. Steak, pepper, onion, steak, pepper, onion. Next, a counterclockwise lap around the room. Now the lucky grease-stained jersey goes on. And lastly, the dance. You know the one. This is a game day ritual no matter where you are. Whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com and keep the tradition alive and well. Hotels.com, proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Players Lounge here on a Monday. We're starting a little bit earlier today, and that's because people are coming back from New England, so we started at 10 Central instead of 12:30.
I like this time, you know. I get to golf a little bit, you know. I like this time.
No, speak for yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all ain't feeling this?
I'm already in the building, so I'm good with 10.
Oh, my boy, UNC Pembroke over here. My bad.
Saw you on the news last night, too, man. You were fresh. I saw you on the news last night.
Hey,
baby.
I tell you what, boy, that boy cleans up well. He cleans up well, man. Look at my boy out here. I love to see it. I love to see it, man.
I'm glad you guys tuned in week 6 of the season. Nice to see your boy do something. Thanks.
No, well, boys ain't really up that late.
You know, the game was good, though. There was a good game, so I was checking out the game.
I'm not going to lie. I was yawning.
It was late.
Overtime.
Oh, Geno Smith. We are.
Oh, my God. It's terrible. But anyway.
We are literally in the newsroom when that thing went to overtime.
I knew you was salty. My boy got up there.
Like, nobody care about this.
End this. That's what we're talking about. Well, this end this game. And then Geno turned it on.
Yes.
Thank you, Geno.
Geno doing Geno things, man.
Hey, no, Geno came right through for it, but like, end this. Do it. Kick it. Go. Let's go.
Then we called the Buffalo Wild Wings.
What are they, 3-3 now?
Yeah, they
didn't.
So if you guys
crawl back to 500.
So people was ready to fire Big Ben too, man. They was ready to get rid of him quick.
They still done. No Russell Wilson.
But they ain't got no option but Ben right now.
I mean,
Deontay Johnson is he been balling.
No, I'm saying at quarterback.
Oh yeah.
They ain't got no option but Big Ben.
Because Ben got some weapons around him now. He got Najee Harris who's balling. Deontay,
he got some tight ends.
Yeah. He just not that guy.
Yeah,
every time I see TJ Watt,
not that guy.
Make a draft day. Every time I see
Taco
TJ Watt.
Charlton.
We okay. We all right. Look what we are now.
Randy Gregory
came out on fire.
Goodness.
Franchise tag. He's a minimum making the franchise. I mean,
at the very least,
18 mil.
If I'm him, I'm not taking anything but that.
I cannot wait to see him and Tank
combine.
When
our powers unite.
I'm saying because what underrated part of Tank's game, DeMarcus Lawrence, is his effectiveness in the run game, right? And that's what we saw yesterday where we were a little leaky in the run game, right? If he's not getting 12, 13 sacks, you can guarantee that he's showing up in the run game. Yeah. And I think when you have him and Randy in there and then you also throw Parsons in there, I think we're going to be a totally different team against the run and the pass.
And Neville Gallimore's
and Neville Gallimore.
So reinforcements can come for the Cowboys, and that's why I say this football team can't get better. Dallas Cowboys United discount days are right around the corner. Join the official fan club of the Dallas Cowboys presented by Globe Life, or upgrade your membership between October 21st and October 24th. Get up to 30% off Pro Shop merchandise purchases. Visit DallasCowboys.com/United. Barry Church,
yes,
Danny McCray, the undrafted free agent safeties. This is the Players Lounge, brought to you by Hotels.com. I'm Newey Scruggs. All right, Beam. Chris, get me that audio. Victor Villalba does an excellent job on the Spanish radio for the Cowboys, voice of the Cowboys in Espanol. Check out the call as Diggs picks off Mac Jones with 2 minutes and 27 seconds left in the game to give the Cowboys a lead.
A la cerrada del lado izquierdo es Hunter Henry. Rápidamente el pase. ¡Pase interceptado! ¡Pase interceptado! ¡Qué bárbaro! ¡Se escapa! ¡Y entra los Cowboys! ¿Quién es? ¡Trevor Diggs! Centro del campo, regaló el balón. ¡Qué bárbaro! ¡Wow! 6 puntos para la causa de los vaqueros.
That's a straight soccer game right there.
He was juice. Was he saying, who is it? Who is it? Trayvon Diggs. I think that's what he was saying.
I learned it back in the day. I can't remember.
Who is it? It's Trayvon Diggs.
I got some chills going on because, all right, tell me where you guys were, what was the reaction around you as Diggs made that pick six?
I was over in the studio a couple doors down. We were doing pre and post game, so we were doing that. The whole crew was in there. We were watching it. The game was getting tight. We're like, I don't know what's gonna happen here. What's gonna happen? Then that pick happens and the whole room explodes. I mean, there was only about 6 of us in there, but the room exploded. I can't believe it. People shaking each other. Oh my goodness, I can't. And it was just unbelievable. I mean, the way he took it back to. I mean. The guy's elite, man.
Yeah, my night is quite as exciting as yours. It was me and the wife and the daughter watching the game upstairs. The daughter's up, the wife's asleep at this time because she been working with the daughter all day. And I just yell and she gets scared. She jumps. I'm like, oh, relax. I'm not telling you no, okay? I'm just excited. And I start going crazy in my mind because at that point I'm like, we're going to find a way. We're going to find a way to get this up. And he makes the pick, and I'm super excited. And I'm really excited because my man Barry at that point had said we weren't going to get any turnovers.
I did.
That was the second.
I said it.
That was the second
Maybe
turnover.
I should keep saying that.
And the streak is alive.
The streak is going, man.
Is alive. That's 2. And you said, hey, man, we're not going to always get picks. They found a way, off topic, to get a turnover in a different way.
Yeah,
so shout out to them. It was an exciting play.
They found a way.
Found a way.
Producer Chris Beam, what about you? When you saw the pick, where were you at? Give me your reaction as well here. This Diggs picks off Mac Jones for pick 6.
I don't think CB up in there, so it's all good. It's all good. I'll tell you how I was.
He's probably on the phone.
Well, what were you the next play? Now,
and I'll give you my reaction.
All right.
You guys are too young for this. It felt like Larry Brown's pick of Neil O'Donnell in the Super Bowl.
I was watching that. I didn't know what was going on, but I was watching.
You're just sitting here because it's hanging in the balance, and he gets it, and you're just like, okay, you're good. You're good. Despite everything, you're good. And it's over. I'm in the newsroom and everyone's just like, I'm like, okay, this is done.
That's it. That's again, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
It's a wrap. Kiss the baby.
And the next play.
The
words from Barry Church came to light when he talked about the double moves. And then I thought
Hold on, you're going to give my credit too, okay?
I ain't gonna lie, I don't remember D-Mac saying that. But hey, you know what?
I'm going to get the receipts. I said it first.
Nah,
but that's okay. I'm going to get the receipts.
Get them receipts. I don't remember that.
You asked me, and I said that I believe that Al Harris and the defensive coaches are going to run this stuff in him all week in practice because it's coming. Every time, even in the first play. Listen. Don't worry. Don't you worry. Receipts are coming.
Make sure you get them receipts. But okay,
make sure you get the receipts.
You know you ain't shoplifting.
Would you like to make a bet?
I ain't making no bet. But I'm gonna tell you this: I don't think he said it.
The 2 safeties on the Players Lounge on this show both said, beware of the double move.
Gotta be patient.
I remembered that night at Clarence Hill's event at Ella B's talking about the double. I brought up the double move, and Tad Prescott, Dak's brother, was like,
double move. He scoffed.
He wasn't concerned about a double move being used on Trey Diggs, and you got used.
Not just once.
Yeah, let them know because you peeped it out.
Don't let that fool you, that one play, because the football is that type of game, right? They try you out at the beginning to see how you're going to react to a certain thing, and if you react the way that they're hoping you are, you're going to see it again. So if for the listeners, if you paid attention or you have a chance to go back and look at Hunter Henry's touchdown, was it on Hooker?
It was on Hooker.
On Hooker. If you look to the outside of Hooker, you'll see Trayvon Diggs trailing 3 yards behind his receiver who ran a double move out and up, and he beat Trayvon Diggs on that move. Then you come back and you see what happens on the touchdown play. It's another double move. They saw it. He got an interception. They said, "Oh, he's feeling real good. He's feeling aggressive. Now we're gonna take advantage of him being over aggressive," and that's what happened. Now the safety did take a horrible angle.
Yeah, KZ, we got to talk about this as well because on both of those touchdowns, KZ, who's the whole defender, he's done a great job so far this year being that whole guy, and in the middle, he did a terrible break. His angles on both of those plays were god awful. I mean, when we talk about the double move from Hunter Henry up the seam on Hooker. Hooker was actually in good outside leverage. He made the quarterback put some little bit of air on it. But if you watch KZ's angle, first he let a rookie quarterback look him off. Like you ain't supposed to let that happen. I mean, he looked that way. I'm not buying it. You're a rookie. You looked too early in the down, and then he came back. So he got looked off, and then on his way back, if he had took a better angle, he would have had a chance to make that either a bang play or get an interception. But if you look at it, Hunter Henry caught it, and he was about 2 or 3 yards behind Hunter Henry on that one. So that was an extremely bad break because it was right in the seam. It wasn't like it was, outside the numbers or anything like that. If you're the whole safety, you're supposed to be able to get there. And then the last play we saw with Diggs on the double move to Kenyon Barnes, where was he playing on that one? I mean, I guess he was playing the ball, but if you're playing the ball, you got to get in front of the receiver on that one. And if you don't think you're going to have a great enough angle or you don't think you're going to be able to get to the ball before the receiver, you got to make that a knockout shot. You got to go straight for the wide receiver. But once again, he was 2 yards past the ball, past the receiver. The man caught the ball. You seen KZ fly right past him. 75 yards later, it's a touchdown for the Patriots.
Two things. So both of those plays reminded me of how it looks at practice, right? When you know you can't hit the receiver, so you do that flyby kind of to let him know.
I was there.
Right? So I think sometimes that creates bad habits. So I think that he has a bad habit that he needs to get fixed sometime during the bye week. 2, you're the safety. Literally, your job is in the name, all right? You're supposed to be the last line of defense, and even if you don't make the interception or the big hit, you make the tackle. Right? That is your last job. You are supposed to stop him from catching a touchdown, and you're in position to do that. Good break. He's right there, right in the position to at least make the tackle, and he runs over, like you said, 2 yards behind him and allows the receiver to cut inside. And then it's house call after that. So I think that's something that, once again, you'll watch the film and you'll look at it, and that's something that you'll work on Tuesday and Wednesday. That's probably the days that they'll be practicing, going over stuff that they need to get fixed before they come back from the bye week. And hopefully that's one of those things.
Because if you look at it, I mean, the angles were one thing, and I know the Cowboys can, the guys drop the ball, they drop the ball. It's a part of the game, but they got away with a lot of things out there. That Nelson Aguilar slant late in the game. That he dropped.
Was it Jordan Lewis?
Yeah, it was on Jordan Lewis. He had Jordan Lewis by a couple steps. And you're not going to catch Aguilar after he got a couple steps on you.
That's going 40.
That's going to the crib. 40. That's to the crib. So they got away with that one right there. And then at the end of the game, I think it was the last drive for the Patriots, they had a back shoulder. Now, 9 times out of 10, I think the quarterback hits that, but for some reason he airmailed it way out of bounds. We got away with a little bit of face mask, but that's part of the game. You got they were hand fighting. But a better quarterback's going to hit Aguilar on that back shoulder. So there's a couple of things, like you said earlier. We got to get into the lab. We got to get into the film room because our defense shows some vulnerabilities out there. We've had some bad angles at the safety. We're kind of being a little bit too aggressive when it comes to the corners. And then those run fits. I'm sure they might get a little bit better once Gallimore gets back and once Tank gets back on the outside. But there's a few little things that we showed, a little chinks in our armor that we got to make sure after this bye week we suit it up, button it up, and get ready to roll.
Which is great for McCarthy and Dan Quinn because you can now tell everybody, hey, okay. We're 5-1, but there are things to work on.
Tell us why you didn't call that timeout with 3 seconds left. Tell me that. I just need to know about the clock management. Were you thinking about going for it on 4th down, or did you just kind of, all right, whatever. We won. I just want us to be better.
Once again, there's things that can be worked on during the bye week.
No, I'm just saying. But week after week, though, you should have fixed this 2 weeks ago. After you made
we got to button some stuff up.
And I'm saying this should be a part of the diagnosis of the bye week of things to work on. The head coach and some of the decision making. Yeah, those are things to be worked on. But also, if you talk to any Packer fan, they'll say oh yeah, this is Mike McCarthy. I mean, constant stream of people, when they weigh in on the Cowboys, if you see their Packer fans, they'll just yep, know that. So that has been there. I want to make sure I get this number on Trayvon Diggs because this is just crazy. In 18 career games, Diggs has tallied 10 interceptions.
That's right. Have you ever seen a ball magnet as good as this? I mean, I've seen some guys in training camp that are like, man, he got another pick in practice. But to do it in consecutive games like he's doing, I mean, it's immaculate. And it's not like he's getting a lot of tipped interceptions or Hail Mary interceptions. Like, this guy is going to get the ball. He's turning into the receiver when the ball's in the air.
The franchise has been around since 1960. Only one person has done it better.
That's Everson, right?
That's Everson.
Yeah,
Everson had 12 picks in his first 18 games.
I will say this, and this guy has not done what Diggs has done as far as turning the ball over. Being an LSU guy, the way that he's around the ball and able to create those type of plays reminds me of the Honey Badger, especially when he was in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It was like no matter what happens, right, you can always depend on him to be able to change the game. And that doesn't happen with defensive players, right? Usually that's an offensive guy, a home run hitter, a receiver that can take a yard. But now you have a guy on defense who can literally change the game at any point, right? So you're never out of it because you know that at any point this guy can get in there and make that type of play. And it reminds me of Honey Badger, who is now in Kansas City still making those types of plays. But Trayvon Diggs is in the league of his own, especially as far as the past Cowboys players.
All right, let's get a timeout in here. When we come back, give me an unsung hero, somebody we haven't really talked about who played a key part in yesterday's Cowboys win in overtime. That is Barry Church. He is the ultimate survivor. Danny McCray, I'm Louis Scruggs. This is the Players Lounge on DallasCowboys.com radio.
Organic pumpkin smoothies are back at Smoothie King with at least 13 grams of protein each and 5 options to choose from. It's easy to find a favorite to help you reach your goals, like the new Keto Champ Pumpkin, packed with a whopping 23 grams of protein and 9 net carbs. It's a quick and nutritious meal on the go. So order online or through the app for pickup or delivery. And power up with pumpkin and protein. Official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys. Smoothie King. Rule the day.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
The Cowboys way, where 16 Hall of Famers and 5 championships shows us what success looks like. Where turkey is always the second best part of Thanksgiving Day. Where we are all defined by one single thing, the star. Where we as fans know it's our job to keep the tradition going. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys and to support the quest of living life the Cowboys way.
Copyright 2020, Bank of America Corporation.
Hi, I'm Clint Tillison with United Ag and Turf. Before you can park yourself in front of the game, park yourself in a John Deere and power through your chores. Our Land Run package is a 1025R, 25 horsepower tractor with a loader, rotary cutter, and a box blade for $229 a month. And the price you see is the price you'll pay, no surprises. So don't miss another kickoff.
Visit UnitedAgAndTurf.com. Offer ends February 1st, 2021. Restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Now let's get to work.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Be the first to receive new offers, event info, and more when you sign up to receive text messages from the team. Text Cowboys to NFLDAL. That is 635-325 to receive 10% off your next Pro Shop order. Message frequency may vary. Message and data rates may apply. It's our last read of the day, man. I'm checking out these reads for the week.
It's only 10:37.
I'm still waiting on how we can book Team Danny. Come on now. Make that happen.
You telegraphed that one, man.
That
one was telegraphed. I saw that left hook.
I saw the new merch on
I got to get me one of them hoodies, my boy. What them same prices as the tees?
They 32.
32. I got.
So you got the hood and you got a little bit more.
I need it. Whatever I need it. I need it.
Danny McCray is on this season of Survivor. Catch it every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Central on CBS. I saw during the game. Saw you on there a couple times.
Yeah, man. They giving you a little bit more TV time.
I didn't see that.
A little bit more TV time.
Yeah. I mean, it was a CBS game, and so consistently throughout the game, they were just showing you the clips of Survivor to make sure you watch it. So you saw Danny out there.
Hey, man. What can I say?
The Black Survivor.
Survivor.
So I'm thinking, Team Danny. You can book Team Danny.
There it is.
This is
Man, Dez Bryant had a commercial.
This is extra income.
Hey, listen. Let me tell you
income.
something. The love, once again, all weekend, I was getting messages from people because our website went down. All right, we had people making orders. The website went down. I had people on Twitter. Hey, man, help me figure out how to get this stuff ordered. I want to get my shirt. So shout out to y'all on Instagram, on Facebook, and on Twitter for showing the support. We had to go order more shirts. We got a new hoodie for the fall and the winter. So y'all just log on. at Danny McCray 40 on Instagram. You see the blue check under there now.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying?
Blue check McCray.
And order your gear for the season.
Blue check McCray.
Outstanding. There it is. Cowboys win 35-29 in overtime against the New England Patriots. Cowboys shot themselves in the foot. Too many penalties, but they won the football game. They go into the bye week, and out of the bye, they'll face Minnesota on NBC Sunday Night Football, and that game will be up there in Minnesota. Give me a player that we haven't really spoken about, but you say, hey, this player played a critical role in this W, and bam, go. Church, start.
Show me first. You was ready. You seem like you was ready. Go ahead.
Oh, I got to get to my man. Well, Wilson said, my man said came through, bro, and he made some huge plays. All right. He was resilient in the way that Trayvon Diggs and Dak Prescott talk about the team as. He dropped the pass, in the end zone that he should have caught, and he came back and he made probably the play of the game outside of CeeDee Lamb's game-sealing touchdown. I mean, the catch was crazy, right? Nuts. And as Church has been saying, goodness gracious, my man Gallup, when you start to show that you have other guys who could make those plays, and then CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper could hold you off for the rest of the game, and you have guys who can step in and do stuff like that. As Newey and Church said, man, the price tag is going to really put Michael Gallup off of the team because you have guys who can step in and it's not this glaring drop-off, right? So shout out to him for stepping up in the big moment to make that play.
Without a doubt. And he also, he recovered his own fumble on that punt because that could have been crucial when my man came and stripped him, but he got back on the football.
I'm sorry, let me say this. As far on offense, because I was pissed off at him on special teams. I'm not going to lie. I was upset. But as far as him making his plays on offense, yes, unsung. I gotta give two guys out here. One is my boy. I gotta give love to my special team boy, Luke Gifford. He went out there, got skinny through the gap, made one of the best blocks I've seen since 2015, and my boy McCray was out there doing it. Which resulted in the touchdown.
It did.
Let's read the note here.
Go ahead.
Post-game notes. Luke Gifford blocked the Patriots punt in the second quarter. It was his first career blocked punt and the first time the Cowboys blocked a punt since Danny McCray blocked one at Philadelphia in 2015. The exact date, September 20th. 2015.
Look at that blue check, Danny, blocking punts, Danny. The ultimate survivor, Danny. He got a man of many traits.
Thank you. And he went for a touchdown. Shout out to Kyle Wilson for scoring.
He did.
Number 51.
That thing popped up. I was hoping it popped into my lap, but I just had to be there watching. Hey, it's all good.
We won the game.
But I gotta give a shout out to Luke Gifford, got skinny, and he laid fully out for that one. That was textbook, pure textbook on the block. Didn't even hit the punter as he was going through. Textbook play, so I gotta give him some love out there. And my boy Shulsky, not only was he on my fantasy and did me justice, but this guy was winning one-on-ones consistently out there, and he's a chain mover. This guy, no matter if you're playing him zone, playing him man, he finds a way to get open. He's very quarterback friendly, so Dak's always looking for him out there, and he just makes plays consistently. He's made plays, and so far he's outplayed Jarwin, who got the big price tag. So that's gonna be interesting towards the offseason. What are we gonna do with that? Is it Jarwin, or are we going to get Schultz back, or Schultz already priced himself out by playing so good so far this season? So I like to give both of those guys love on the victory today. They showed out.
I know you're going to give them love, but the discussion was unsung hero, okay?
Schultz was unsung.
What happened after we blocked that punt?
Nothing.
Exactly. I don't want to hear nothing about no hero. Okay, he made the play. It
wasn't his fault.
And I'm not hating, but I'm just saying we scored on mine. Okay,
we should have scored on that.
But
he was in.
No.
Dak Prescott was in on third down. Man. That was some bullshit.
Hell of a play on special teams, man. I'm just playing. I'm gonna give the special teams some love. No. I'm gonna give the special teams some love, man. Listen, it was good. Said almost messed it up for me, but we held it together. And thank God we did.
My unsung guy is rookie Nashawn Wright, who recovered the fumble because it's a 17-14 Cowboy lead. That ball was dropped at the 11-yard line. Cowboys get the recovery because Sean Wright gets it. They go on a 9-play, 81-yard drive and kick a field goal to make it 20-14. And then New England got the football back, and they went down the field, scored, and made it 21-20 and took the lead back. So if that young man doesn't recover the football, we might be talking about a whole different football
and let's
game.
talk about this. That was his second time, okay? The first one was real risky. The ball is bouncing. There's two dudes right in there, and he catches it right in the middle and gets hit. And I'm just like, what are we doing? When he come back to the sideline, he should be getting chewed out, and the coach should be letting him know, hey man, it's not worth it. It's not because it's not at that point. It's not worth it. Like you said, the game's close. You know, it's going back and forth. You never know what's going to happen. You in an away game, and what we talk about the special teams on Friday. Hey man,
don't be the reason.
Don't be the reason. Come in, play the game, play your responsibility, and move on. Right?
And you're talking, and we're able to talk positively about said Wilson because Wright saved the day.
Yes.
Because that could have been that nail. Anyway, Cowboys get it done. They get it done.
They
do.
do.
And good for them as they head into the bye week. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. We gotta address it.
We won this week. We won this week.
We lost.
Florida did lose to LSU on homecoming, 11 o'clock game, and I think it saved Coach O's job for the season. Because had we got blown out, there's a possibility that on Sunday he would have been jobless.
But why they telling him now? Like, you know what? At the end of the year, it's over for you.
Because it was done after the Kentucky game. It was done and negotiated after that.
How the man gonna go to knowing I'm about to be up out of here in a couple weeks?
Because they're giving you $17 million.
I just
for $17 million, what would you do? What we gotta do? Okay.
But I'm saying, why get rid of the man though? It ain't like he just came off a national. You know
I want
what I mean?
Okay.
He's up and down. It ain't like he just get stanking up the place right now.
We've been having some disciplinary issues.
Oh, so see, I didn't know all that.
Did you read that?
I didn't know all that.
Let me tell you something. I know that we've been having some disciplinary issues. The 2 seasons that he's had since have rebuild, and then goodness gracious,
go back, check your Twitter.
They ain't got no cool. They ain't no cue.
Check your Twitter. Check your Twitter. I sent you the note from the Athletic.
See, I didn't read that article.
Read that.
The hires, the hires.
It's all right there. It's all right there in that article from the Athletic, and you'll have no more questions after you read it. But we had spoke on the show, and I told you, man, he was going to either get got this year or next year, but it was going that way.
But come on now, hold on. But at the end of the day. Okay, at the end of the day, the man came in. He won a national championship, which we had not done in 12 years prior. He had, as he leaves, he will have coached the best the best LSU football team in the history of the program. Undefeated, Joe Burrow, best offense you've seen, and won the college football playoffs. He can walk out of there with his head high. Plus $17 million. So shout out to him for bringing it back to Death Valley.
What will happen for a guy like Ed Ogeron 5 years down the road? They're going to look back at you favorably. Yeah, that's our guy. I think of all the negatives that Mac Brown used to take when he was coaching in Texas. You look at Mac Brown, guy won it all. And so for Coach O, as time passes by, they're going to look at him fondly and be thankful for what he did. But he's not the guy. And so, yeah, they won the football game. He's walking away with $17 million. Tom Herman will take that phone call, and he will coach the Tigers next year.
No, he won't.
Tom Herman, who turned it down to go to Texas. I'm just saying.
He won't.
Just saying.
No, he won't. He'll be at UNC Pembroke. That's where he's going to be at. Did y'all win this week?
Yes, we won.
Okay, so y'all won.
That's why I came in with the best.
I know y'all. So y'all. Wait,
I see you, Dooley. Get it right. Look at that boy on his toes. He's on his toes bouncing, but that boy, he's ready. He's ready, man.
We got homecoming coming up too. Homecoming is coming up.
So the only person whose program lost in here this week is
this program has been brought to you by Hotels.com.
Chippewa.
So you went to
Newey Scruggs.
Chippewa.
Barry Church. Danny McCray. Brought to you by Hotels.com. Tomorrow it'll be switched up. We're gonna do a little podcast switched up, so we'll all be on different podcasts.
What are we doing tomorrow?
But yeah, I'm on. What am I? Oh, I'm on. What's Shannon's joint?
Hanging with the boys.
I'm on hanging with the boys. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I'm on hanging with the boys. Check us out. I think we're on at 11 tomorrow.
Yeah, you're on 11:30.
Yeah, it's been brought to you by Hotels.com.
So you're on 11:30.
Yeah.
That's brought to you by Wingstop and Hanging with the Boys.
Yeah, they're Wingstop. You know, we wish we had, but we Hotels.com.
Danny will be on Talking Cowboys.
Talking Cowboys.
Brought to you by Tostitos.
Okay, Young Tostito.
And then Newey's going to have a new cast of characters in there.
That should be a classic.
We got Players Lounge, though. We got
that
players.
should be a classic.
We still have players. We got Nate, we got Everson Walls. So we'll talk about glory days, and we'll talk about how good Trayvon Diggs is playing. By the way, Toledo did lose in overtime. It was a 26-23 football game.
Took an L.
So you got.
I don't care when they lost.
They ain't getting my payments.
I don't care when they lost. They lost. Okay.
It's time to go. We about 4 minutes over. Y'all over here talking about this. We all here talking about this bullshit. We 4 minutes over. It's time to roll.
There's not a show. There's not.
Yeah, there is. They got somebody coming in here at 11.
If you would have paid your dues, they would have had a little bit of extra.
They would have won. I would have paid.
Toledo now 1-2 in the conference.
Gentlemen, welcome to overtime.
Hey man,
the Maction,
man. Hey, we all pulling for Cincinnati right now. All right, that's what we pulling for right now. We pulling for Cincinnati.
Oh, y'all are last in the conference.
Man, we last. We last right now. Man.
Man, them Chippewas, boy.
Man, Chippewas nice, man.
Eastern Michigan Eagles here,
we struggling right now. We struggling.
Yes,
it's all good.
Eagles fly.
It's all good.
Back West,
they're gonna call Barry to be the head coach up there.
Hey, pay me, I'll do it.
In fact,
about $4 million a year.
Yeah, I would have beat the Chippewas.
In the American, in the MAC West division, you're the only team with a losing record.
Hey man, the best divisions in the West. All right, that's just how it is. That's how it is. UNC Pembroke.
We won.
You know,
got that dub. Got homecoming coming up, man. So now you guys have Western Michigan next. So
they're good too, man. They good too.
Everybody good when you in last.
They good too. They good too.
You gonna make that bowl this year?
Probably not.
What bowl?
With a Sun-Dry Bowl, whatever they got out there, bowl, we in there.
See, we don't want to be in the bowl.
They got three. If you got three wins. So
we got to do six. We gonna get there. We gonna get there. All right. We gonna be in that one, the Champ Sports Bowl, whatever they have. We gonna be in there getting the goodie bags. All right.
You got 5 games left, so you gotta.
We gonna be at it. We gonna be in there.
The next 5.
We gonna be in there.
Just to be eligible.
Hold on now, UNC Pembroke.
I'm just saying.
Hold on. Hold on now, Crackadon Bowl. I know y'all ain't talking over there now.
It's Division 2.
You over here making fun of D1.
There's no bowl games in Division. It's playoffs.
Y'all gonna make the playoffs? Y'all gonna make the playoffs? Y'all gonna do something in the playoffs?
You know what? We usually do. So we'll see.
We talking about right now this season. Y'all gonna make it or not? There's a lot of forfeiting going on. Are y'all gonna make it or not?
Oh, we're gonna be fine.
All right. We'll see.
Glad I don't have to be in that conversation.
Here it is.
Let me know when you get your school some money.
42.
They got my money.
Get some wins. I give them some bread.
They got my money.
Get some wins. I get to them.
All right. Thoughts and prayers to you as you guys hire a coach. Is obviously a good job.
You said Herman's going down there, huh?
No, he's not.
Tom Herman was the guy they wanted. He's available. That's all I'm saying.
Past tense.
He's coaching for the Bears.
He can stay. He can stay.
Oh, Kiffin might go up in there.
We okay.
You don't want no one Kiffin?
They want more trouble. We know somebody Lane Kiffin. He bring disciplinary issues too. Joe Brady.
That is a job that I think a current head coach has to get.
Joe Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Brady.
Do you want a first time guy who's never been a head coach to handle that job?
Yes, I want a guy who helped turn us into one of the most dynamic offenses in the college football.
When Quinn went from head coach to DC, he accelerated.
It's college.
Okay.
I'm saying, I don't know. We'll see.
All right, Victory Monday. Cowboys win 35-29. They go into the bye week. Dak Prescott dealing with a calf injury. He was in a walking boot. He says he'll be okay. And this is where the Cowboys medical staff will hop to it and make sure he's right as they get ready to go face the Minnesota Vikings next. Players Lounge, the 3 of us will return next week. We're doing a mix-up for the next couple of days here. Good working with you.
Oh, we got to figure out
good working with you. Wednesday, still wear your Survivor shirt, okay?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna still rock it. I'll be on there with hanging with the boys.
As we go, tell everybody where they get their Team Danny gear to support you.
Yeah, man, check out the link in any of my bios. On Twitter is @DannyDMac44. On Instagram is @DannyMcCray40, and on Facebook, just find me Danny McCray. That's it.
And if you missed the episodes, you can always go to CBS.com to catch Survivor right there. I'm Dewey Scruggs, Barry Church,
yes, sir.
Danny McCray. This is Players Lounge on DallasCowboys.com radio.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!